Friends, have you ever considered that the day you were born is not just a number? That day, that moment, it was no ordinary event, because the alignment of the stars in the cosmos then is still connected to the rhythm of your life today. Why were you born on that exact day, and no other? Why did the universe choose that specific date, that exact moment when you took your first breath on this earth? Is it simply coincidence, or is there a secret plan of this vast universe that we fail to comprehend? Just think, at the moment you were born, what was the position of the stars, the planets, and the moon in the sky? That alignment still echoes in the pulse of your soul today. Your first cry, your first breath, was not just a joy for your family, but a marvelous moment of synchronization with the rhythm of the cosmos, the scientific lens, your biological clock. Now let's look at this through the lens of science. Science says that within all of us, a biological clock is running. The time and date of your birth, that clock remains synchronized with your body and mind forever. For example, have you ever noticed that some people wake up at 4 in the morning and are full of energy, while some others are at their most creative in the darkness of the night? This isn't just a habit. This is a deep connection between our circadian rhythm, our internal timekeeping, and the time of our birth. According to research conducted in America, children born in winter often have a different nature than those born in summer. Because the light, the temperature, even the level of vitamin D in the mother's body at the time of birth, all influence the structure of your brain and personality. Now, imagine, if you were born in the darkness of the night, the cool rhythm of the moonlight might fill your mind with depth and imagination. If you were born with the first ray of the sun, the spark of energy and leadership within you might burn even brighter. Friends, isn't this amazing? Your birth date is not just a number on a calendar. It is an invisible poem written in your DNA. This poem determines the direction of your nature, your thinking, your relationships, and even your struggles. Just think, when the hand of the clock moves, it doesn't just tell time, it also signals the journey of your soul. And your birth date is the first tune of that journey. So remember, you were born on the day the universe decided, now this soul must descend upon the earth. And that is why your birth date never lies. It always remains the mirror of your true self. Birth date and spirituality, friends. Now let's move a little beyond science towards spirituality. In Indian astrology and the Vedas, it is said that the day, the nakshatra, star constellation, and the planetary alignment under which you are born is the reflection of your entire life story. Just think, if the moon can pull the waves of the ocean, why can't it touch your emotions? If the movement of the planets can change the weather of the entire Earth, why wouldn't it affect the energy within you? Your birth date is, in fact, the blueprint of your life. It contains your virtues and your weaknesses. That is why some people are born sensitive, some are more logical and analytical, and some are naturally attracted to the spiritual path. It is even said in the scriptures that the soul chooses the time of its own birth. Yes, you heard that right. The soul decides when to be born, on which date, in which home, and in which environment. Because the vibration of that day is the most appropriate for the learning and development of your soul. If a person is born on the 9th, they are often drawn towards completion and achievement. If someone is born on the 2nd, they possess a greater depth of relationships and emotions. Every date has its own frequency, or spandan, and that frequency connects with your soul. So whenever you look at your birth date, do not see it as just a number on the calendar. It is a message from the universe to you. It reminds you that you did not come here by coincidence. You have come here as a part of a greater plan, and that is why your birth date is a mirror. This mirror not only shows your nature, but also points towards the path upon which your soul will reach its full height. So remember, friends, your birth date is not just a date, but a sacred covenant between your soul and the universe. The relevance in modern life, friends. Now the question is, what does all this mean for our life today? Is the birth date limited only to books and astrology? Or does it also affect our daily decisions and relationships? Just think, and have you ever felt that some dates seem very auspicious for you? Like on some days your work is done suddenly very easily, the right people are found, or a long-stuck path opens up on its own. And some dates are such that no matter how much you try, everything goes wrong. Car breaks down, meeting cancels, bad mood, conflict in relationships. Is all this just a coincidence? Or is there a deep vibrational connection working between your birth date and those dates? Similarly, have you thought about why you connect with some people from the very first meeting as if you have known them for years? While with some people, no matter how hard you try, a distance remains. Psychology says this is linked to our personality traits, and those traits are deeply influenced by our birth time and date. Its importance is increasing even in today's modern world. Companies are now starting to use numerology and birth date analysis. They try to understand which employee will perform best in which role, because if a person's birth endows them with leadership qualities, they will naturally succeed in leading a team. If someone's birth date makes them calm and creative, they will shine in work like research, art, or design. And friends, this is not superstition. Today, behavioral studies and data analysis are also proving that the circumstances of birth, the dates, and the conditions of early life have a lasting impact on our entire personality. Big companies of the world, even people in the sports and film industries, consider these things when making their important decisions. Now think, if big companies and successful people are paying attention to these things, shouldn't we also try to understand our birth date? Because the truth is, your birth date does not lie. Your anger, your creativity, your preferences, your dislikes are all part of the pattern that began on the day of your birth. This pattern is reflected somewhere in every decision, every relationship, and every struggle of your life. So friends, the next time you think about yourself or ask, why am I like this? Look towards your birth date. The secret of your personality is hidden right there, and the door to your tomorrow can open from that very place. Imagine. A soul is traveling in the cosmos. It is wandering amidst countless possibilities. It sees many doors. One door is January 5th, another is April 14th, and a third is July 22nd. But the soul chooses the door that is most suitable for its next lesson, its next test, and its next evolution. And when it passes through that door, you are born into this world. Therefore, friends, your birth date never lies. It is the map of your soul's journey. It tells you what experiences you must go through in this life, what joys and what struggles will pave your way. The path to self-discovery, your choice, friends. But the real question is not what your birth date says. The real question is what you do knowing this. If your birth date suggests that you are sensitive, will you hide your sensitivity, considering it a weakness? Or will you turn it into your strength, making it a medium to understand and heal the pain of others? If your date shows that you have the capacity for leadership, will you step back fearing responsibility? Or will you gather courage, step forward, and give direction to others with your light? If your birth date gives you the gift of depth and imagination, will you limit that imagination only to dreams? Or will you mold it into reality, offering it to the world in the form of art, ideas, or creation? Friends, remember, the birth date is only a mirror. It shows you the face of your soul, but bringing a smile or sadness to that face, that is in your hands. It is exactly like someone seeing their reflection in a mirror. The mirror only shows the truth, but enhancing it, fixing your flaws and increasing your beauty, this completely depends on your effort. This is the greatest power of life. Choice. You can make your birth date an excuse, or you can make it a guide and move forward. You can say, this is how I am, I cannot change. Or you can also say, yes, I am like this, and I can turn it into my strength. So friends, the birth date only shows you the beginning. Your destination is determined by your decisions and your courage. So friends, your birth date does not lie. It reveals your secret. It tells you that you did not come to this earth by chance, but with a deep purpose, a special plan. Science says, this is your biological clock which determines the rhythm of your body and mind. Spirituality says, this is your soul's chosen plan which determines your life's experience and learning. And life says, this is a key placed in your hands, now think. What is the real purpose of a key? It can either open a door or it can lock a door. This is the truth of your life. Your birth date gave you the direction, but whether or not to walk in that direction is entirely your choice. If you retreat in fear, this key can lock you in. Your potential, your joys, your dreams. But if you show courage, have faith, and step forward, then this very key will open doors before you, beyond which your true growth and contentment are hidden. Friends, the birth date shows you your beginning. The destination is in your hands. The mirror can show you the face, but bringing a smile to it is up to your choice. So remember, you have not come here only to live, you have come here to learn, to grow, and to illuminate this world with your light. And your birth date will always remind you of that. Conclusion and depth. But friends, one thing should always be remembered. The birth date, astrology, or any kind of interpretation is only one perspective. It can give us a sign, show us a direction, but it does not mean that we should become completely dependent on it. Life always demands balance. Accept science, accept spirituality, and accept your own experiences. The most important thing is to keep an open mind. Keep learning and make your decisions with wisdom, because in the end, the true creator of your life is you yourself. So friends, if you liked this journey, if you felt that there is truly a secret hidden in your birth date, then share this video so that more people can learn about themselves. And yes, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, because we will continue to talk about such deep truths related to your life. We will meet again in another new chapter of Deep Gyan Power. Until then, thank you.